I get better example than the watch. Like if you had the crown jewels of England, like in your kitchen right now, those are worth billions on their own. What would you even do?
Yeah.
Like who would you like? You'd get caught and like shave pieces off with what?
Yeah.
Like, and then
I mean, it doesn't even have to be the crown jewels. Like if you had a gold bar, you could get rid of that if it's not stamped, I guess. But like any kind of like diamonds or jewels, like remember Reservoir Dogs when they got that's the first thing they asked when they said he was like, we're gonna take down a diamond like facility. He's like, you got a way to move the stones? Like that's the first question. Like then what? You know, because you can have a big pile
then we're
of
gonna
diamonds
enjoy how they look.
Yeah, like
really,
you just put them in a bowl in your entryway.
Mission. Yeah,
throw in a fish tank.
Really high-end watches have serial numbers on them. You know, they would be tough to move. Certainly, legitimately, you're not selling a fucking Richard Mille legitimately if you've stolen it. But if you've got some kind of international, you know, black market, whatever connection. Yeah, there's definitely somebody somewhere shady that will happily give you 50% of market value for your sketchy stolen.
Right now, Russia's the ticket for those black market items. You find someone to buy those crown jewels from you. Yeah. And Kyle, you mentioned a gold bar. If it was stamped being hard, couldn't you just remelt it?
Yeah.
Oh, then that seems like a really easy workaround.
Yes. Well, you just want to get that stamp off first, so they don't see that. They see that swastika, they start making calls.
You just gotta buff it out, dude. This will buff right out, like no problem.
Just put my own name in it afterwards.
Have you ever? I like those old history documentaries.
Good to know. He likes old history documentaries. I actually knew that already.
Well, what do you like about them?
You know, Kyle used to be this great storyteller, and now he just begins sentences and doesn't finish them.
All right.
You're
Kyle,
back?
we
Come back.
lost you.
Yeah.
You're back now.
1, 2, 3.
What? Yes, you're good.
I like those.
I enjoy old history documentaries.
I was watching something about Nazi gold. You know, toward the end of World War II, when they started seeing things weren't going to go so well, they started hiding a lot of their loot and plunder, and they had stolen a lot of the gold from other countries when they invaded Poland and France, and just smelted it and like stamped it with the Nazi stuff. I wonder if that's out there somewhere in some cave or some mine or something. Because just the other day, I think off the coast of South America, they found some pirate ship with some enormous amount of bullion on it. Like those, wouldn't it be cool to be a treasure hunter?
That's what I would. Nazi gold. Yeah.
Would finding Nazi gold, would finding it with a swastika or like a iron cross or whatever, that would make it more valuable probably, because now you got gold and it's old and historic.
My guess would be that you
could probably sell it to a rich Nazi.
I think there's probably going to be. I think the country that you find it in is going to want to get their hands on that gold. I think there's different rules around the world for what treasure hunting is. And what percentage you get to keep, because I remember
pretty fucked up. Like there shouldn't be rules for treasure hunting.
No, some guys found like 25 million of gold in a pirate wreck years back, and I always said, like, why didn't they just take it back home and smelt it down and sell it? Instead, they informed the government, and the government took a substantial portion of it.
What an asshole! Yeah, keep that. It's like finders keepers rules. Absolutely. For if you can't apply finders keepers to sea gold, then it doesn't exist anymore in 2022.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit of an amateur treasure hunter.
That's Joe Biden's America. We can't get any sea gold anymore.
I had a car. I ordered a Porsche, and it went down on a fucking boat. Did you guys hear about the Felicity Ace?
We watched it burn. I watched it burn
on your show since then. That was in February. So they are building me a new car, and it should be here in a couple of weeks, which is great. But I was contacted by a guy who claimed to be a commercial diver and wanted to organize some kind of expedition to go down to the boat, which is in 3,000 meters of water, by the way. After a 4-day lithium fire, it went down, 2 miles almost in the bottom of the ocean. And he sent me this email that was so bananas. He's like, and he wanted me to fund this expedition, by the way. A car I was not responsible for in any way. I didn't pay anything for it, didn't make the insurance claim. And he's like, what I need is 100,000 American dollars, and we will have 20 men, $1,000 per day per man, plus 15,000 for the ship fuel. And we will go down with lift bags, and we will bring up these supplies. And I'm like, dude, what are you going to bring up? A bunch of fucking melted steel and moldy ass saltwater leather. Like, there's nothing left.
The remains of a crew member. Like,
have you ever heard of Operation Azorian?
No, what's that?
Sounds fun.
So a Russian sub went down, and we found it before they did. And we didn't want to raise we didn't want them.
Remember this now. Yeah.
But we couldn't send the Navy in to start recovery efforts because then the Russian Navy might show right up. There's this big standoff, and we're both trying to get the sub. We wanted to keep it secret that we'd found it. So they got Howard Hughes, the CIA did. The CIA calls Howard Hughes, and they're like, we got a real caper we want you to be part of. We're going to
put down the piss bottle. Come help.
We're going to pretend like you inexplicably built a ridiculous boat. We're going to say it's yours, and we'll do a whole press tour. But really, we're going to use this giant craft to secretly raise a Russian submarine from the bottom of the ocean. And Howard Hughes is like, deal, let's do it. And so they built this giant craft, and there was publicity about, Howard Hughes with another one of his silly capers. And meanwhile,
that's a good mid-Atlantic accent.
They sit down those like grappling arms or something.
Yeah.
The sub tore like a quarter of it fell off as they were bringing it up, but they got 3/4 of a secret nuclear Russian submarine with all of its code books and armament and the materials that the outside of those things is made of is top secret. So it was a real boon.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty embarrassing.
There's a movie
that we found
about
it first. They did something in there that I would tell them immediately.
How is there not a movie about this? There's got to be a fucking movie, right? No,
there should be. There's not nearly
someone
enough
called fucking James Cameron. He's ready to go on some shit like that.
I think there's a good documentary. I think it's a good documentary, but I don't remember.
Zebra.
Man, that's why it didn't do well.
I gotta find that. Space Station Zebra. I gotta see this.